Whereas, like, unlike a movie, yeah, I go and watch a movie, and if it's rubbish, I can't get my money back. And I can't really watch anybody stream it, because I'd see the movie. So, there's a higher risk with a movie than a game. I'm stuck on something, I don't know what. What am I stuck on? DevDog, 8 months. 1 more month until a Twitch sub, baby. Thanks for the content and thanks to the mods. Thank you, StevDog. The movie's a lot cheaper to watch. Dude, which cinema are you going to? Most movies now are like, what, £6 to £10 for a ticket? It's unfair for the smaller streamer. Or do you think that when it comes out a few days will help boost them? And yeah, make a good point that Squirrel will be able to take it out first. Yeah, you can look at... Yeah, I mean... Okay, so... I'll tell you what it is, Grumpy. So, whenever... Think of it this way. If you was in charge of a games company and you'd written a game and you're about to get ready to release it, right? So now you've got to decide, well, who am I going to send this game to? Because... if you send it to, I don't know, a channel with 1 million viewers or a channel with 1 million subs, you're going to get a lot more exposure. Like, if you can get PewDiePie to play your game, you're going to get really solid views, aren't you? You know it. If you send it to a YouTuber who's got 100 subs, and he's going to be asking you for a key, he's going to be going, hey, Grumpy, can you send me a key for your game, mate? I've got 100 subs, 101 tomorrow. And you're going to be thinking, well, how much exposure is that going to get me? Yeah? So you have to make a decision about who you send it to. So unfortunately, the bigger channels, by nature of things, by nature of marketing, the bigger channels get more of a chance of getting a key than the smaller channel does. And I've had to go through that myself. There was many times when my channels were small, when I would be completely overlooked for a key. I'd be asking for like Battlefield keys or whatever, and they'd be like, what were you? I've lived through it. How do you grow big on Twitch? Dude, there's no formula for this, Dylan. There's no formula, mate. And it's a lot, you know, it's a more and more crowded market than it ever was. It's a combination of skill as a broadcaster and as a content creator and a bit of luck and making the right choices. Like, there's a number of factors that govern who makes it. It's like saying, how do you get big as a rock band? You can't just write that down. How, you know, here's a small book, how to guarantee to get big as a rock star. It's not going to happen, is it? Like, you have to be good. People have to want to watch you. You have to offer something to them, and you have to get a little bit of luck. It's kind of, it's just life. Oh, I keep getting stuck.
You get stuck there.
There's a little bit of this hill I always get stuck on. There's one thing I will say, Si, and you're absolutely right there when you say that. You have to put in the work. You're not going to get big if you don't put the work in. A lot of people try to do these things and want to do these things. Ultimately, they don't put the effort in, or they give up. Yeah, they give up before they'll ever get big. You're not big on Twitch, there's lots of channels with 10k more viewers. Tessmax, my channel is in the simulation world, right? So I'm in a smaller pond than, say, Fortnite streamers, right? They draw much bigger numbers of players and therefore much bigger numbers of viewers. But within the simulation world, I'm reasonably well known. And here's the thing. Fortnite will come and go. Simulation games, they won't. Simulation games are always going to be there. Battleground games, they'll come, they'll go.
Somebody leave the server?
No, just testing the chat.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's true, Whippy. Yeah. Thing is, Whippy, like, if you've got 25,000 people watching, not only can the viewers not be heard, but the streamer can't even cope with it. Like, how can he possibly engage with that with so many people at once? Your third famous squirrel after the Garain Red. So 12, 46 months, is that wheel and joystick any good? Dual joystick setup would have been nice for forestry. This is nice, and you can use it for forestry, and you can use it with any wheel. This thing is plasticky, and it's the same with the pedals. If you've already got a wheel, you can just get that. Yeah, but it's not cheap, but it is good. It's still plasticky, but it's versatile, and you can use it with any game, Euro Truck, Bus Sim, anything. However, on Amazon right now, the whole thing is cheaper than just that on Amazon UK. You just bought one for 150 US. Yeah, I think it's £120 on its own for that, but the whole lot right now is less.
Alright, just because you got a better turning circle than me.
Can't help you turn.
Gish, I think... Well, I'm still bigger on YouTube than Twitch, aren't I? But YouTube mainly. Like, I have over 3 times the following on YouTube, if you're just going off subscriber follow accounts. You can measure success in many different ways.
Two more passes, I reckon that should be about it. Unless we got to go pick up those straggly bits.
Yeah, John Fezzer, look how much that's discounted. It's like 45% off. Like, this whole thing normally costs 200.
Yeah,
right
it's
now,
not too fussy about
it's 110 for the whole thing.
Like exact every.
Whereas that's 120 on its own. It's just crazy. I can have one thing for £120, or I can have the whole lot for 110. Let me think. I think it's just the UK, yeah. But bear in mind that next week is Black Friday, so, you know, there's a decent chance that something's going to go on sale.
What's the yield like on the crop pump?
Was that to me?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said, what is the yield of the crop like?
How do I measure it?
Well, are we getting shed loads in the bin, or are we getting a little bit in the bin?
How much have you got in there, Jack?
I've got 4,357.
What's
Yeah,
that,
I've got
about
2.5, and we're over halfway, I think.
It's not too bad then.
I reckon we might get about 15k out of this field if we're lucky.
Yeah, I think it's a small yield but high value, like canola.
Yeah.
You're saving $10, James? No, you're saving way more than that.
Oh, okay. It looked closer than that. Did you just drop your head up?
Yeah, it's the best way of turning it off.
Oh, fair enough.
It's not in the manual. Yeah, it's a £90 saving off £200.
Farmer's trick, innit?
This trailer never goes where I want it
Yeah, Article 13 is a bit of a worry.
There we go.
What made me want to do it for a living, Rez? I never started off doing YouTube and Twitch for a living. Like, I started off just making videos for fun. But then it started to get popular, and it got to the point where it was becoming essentially a full-time job on top of my full-time job. Like, it was taking so many hours. And then I looked at it and I thought, maybe I could make this work. And then I had to sit down and I had to ask myself a vital question. I said to myself, I've been doing IT for all my adult life, right? But which would I rather do here? Would I rather carry on with my IT career, or would I rather do this kind of YouTube Twitch thing? And I thought to myself, I'm kind of getting a little bit disillusioned with this IT thing. Yeah, just looking after these clients all the time, like, they're never happy, blah, blah, blah. But throughout my entire life, I've been playing games, and I've never stopped playing games. And I thought to myself, why don't I just go and do that? Because playing games is what I enjoy. And that's what I did. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to make a go of this, see if I can make it work. PPL's done, Gish. Ups and downs. You have to be self-disciplined for a kickoff. You have to know what your channel is, what you want to do with it. You have to make business decisions. You're self-employed, so you've got to make your own decisions. You've got to get yourself out of bed, get on with the job. There's nobody going to shout at you if you don't come into work that day, you know what I mean? You can pull sickies all day long. But self-employed is not for everybody. A lot of people don't like it. They don't like the unstructured nature of it. And it can be a little bit lonely. Like, you're sat in your room creating content. It's like any artist, you know, it can just get lonely. You're not in a room full of people or meeting people. It's different. Like, YouTube is very different to Twitch, though. With Twitch, I'm sat here talking to you guys interactively, so you don't feel lonely when you're doing Twitch. But when you're doing YouTube, you can. You're basically talking to yourself. You do need self-motivation, yeah. It is a financial risk, of course it is. A lot of YouTubers are, like, you know, 20 years old, living in the parents' bedroom with no expenses and bills. That's not the case with me. I pay a mortgage. I've got, you know, a family. So yeah, everything was on the line for me. Who's the host? Chris94 North, thank you for the host. You can't feel lonely, dude, if you're in Twitch, you know? Not if you get, like, in a place like this where it's a community. You don't feel lonely anymore. As long as you've ever watched a stream. Hope you're enjoying it then. Yeah, it can, Dr. D. The stress, like, as well aware as a self-employed person, things sometimes come in waves, and you know, you might be ill, tired, work's piling up, things aren't working out, something's gone wrong, and it all happens at once in 1 week, and it can really take its toll on you. Logos below only shows the golden acorn. Does it?
We all done, Mick?
I think so, so to deliver these.
Well, I can say with hand on heart...
Andy, that's hilarious. See, that would be a good deal, Andy, if it wasn't for Amazon right now being 110.
Although the new vehicle...
Only shows up to 2 years sub on the panel. I swear I fixed that. Okay, I'll have to sort that out.
Did you complete the contract so that it pays us?
Yeah, Mick's just off to do the final drop-off.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Broadcasters, welcome to the Nut House. Thank you for your support. Thanks for the nutty welcome, guys. What can you say about automation routines of Farm Sim 19? Do they work efficiently and at what cost? Automation routines? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Big Wells, welcome back. Connor. Bit of a deep question, but if YouTube was still active like it is today and Twitch didn't exist, would you still do your old job or just with YouTube instead? If Twitch had never existed, I would have carried on doing what I was doing, which was YouTube. And probably I'd have had a bigger channel by now because all my attention would have gone to that instead of being split between YouTube and Twitch. It means the workers.
20,000 in the bank.
The last time I used a worker was on day 1, and they've patched things since then. I've not tried it since. Nice, we're on 150 grand now.
Yeah. We have not been slacking.
Funny thing is, Beaker, I always said to myself, I'll keep Twitch and YouTube because I didn't like putting all my eggs in one basket.
Boo.
Aloha.
Does it have a horn? Yep.
Maybe we've got enough money to invest in that jet wash.
I think it's what, 2.5 for a jet wash? I think it's worth it though, but I don't know where you're going to place it because we don't really have a home base.
We got no home. Shame you can't put them in the back of a pickup and have them mobile.
Have you considered Zamboni when harvesting fields? They tend to split the ice in half and spiral inwards on each pass. It's probably the fastest pattern to use. Have you got like a link to a diagram of it so I can understand what you mean?
We'll have to see about putting the line down and see if it increases the yield.
Testmax, you know there's a lot of people on YouTube earning a great deal of money.
Just wondering whether they put that in as part of the need of the crop.
Maybe. Imagine it would increase it anyway. Just as an extra thing you can do, like spreading manure and all the rest of it.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry,
yeah.
Epic. I forgot to mention, you need to get permission, but try to make your link shorter. Just ask a mod for a permission. Just tell them what it is. Somebody on TV this morning, ASMR earning 60k, yeah. Well, if that's what people want. Chris94, thanks for the bits, dude. How are you doing, Squirrel? Good to see you, all you nutters. Doing well, Chris, thanks. Doing well. Getting the old farming done.
Plastic just nicked the boss's car.
Well, I just wanted to see if it was fast enough because there's, you know, a big cliff not that far.
Well, Gamers Raid, nobody really knows what Article
It's not
13
that
is going to do
fast.
yet because although the EU
Well,
has
don't
said
be
that they're going
driving
to
my pickup
implement
off the
Article
back cliff.
13, the actual detail is what counts. And if you read the things that I retweeted the other day, it'll give you some background on it. But essentially, if you look at what YouTube is saying in reaction to Article 13, they're basically saying that
Bossman sounds.
they
better
will
than
have
you.
to, you know, as a
Yeah, the
content
old one's got
creator,
a
you
really
will have
nice
to
sound.
prove you own the copyright
It's
to
got that
everything before you can put the video
flathead
live.
V8 sound to
And
it.
if there's no way of automating
Really?
that,
Throaty.
if they can't automate that, which is unlikely, they'll have to block videos from playing out in the EU until the copyright is sorted out. Which means you could lose like a third of your viewership or something. So imagine taking a 30% cut on your entire income. That's the kind of thing it can do to channels. A lot of channels will just like If that comes to pass as it stands, that'll be a disaster. Absolute disaster. Well, this is it. Reactionary videos, Gish, is one of those kind of big question marks. Like, is that breaching copyright? I don't know. The problem is the politicians don't think of things through like this. Well, VPN, Shoe Bandits, you know, out of all the viewers in Europe, how many will VPN? How many will know how to VPN? I'm gone from. Let's have a look. So you're going black and then down that way. Oh, I see. Yeah, got you. But yeah, if you're like living in the EU and you watch a video outside, it might well just go, you can't watch this.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Piper's out. Ian F98, thank you for your support, Ian. Welcome to the Nut House, my friend. Thanks for your sub. What's VPN? In simple terms, you connect to a server and your internet traffic goes through that server, which is in a different country. So it looks like you're watching or viewing or reading from a different country. So when the YouTube servers look at your IP address, they go, oh, you're from America. And it goes, we'll show you all this content. People used to VPN a lot to get access to content on Netflix that they couldn't see outside of America. It's also a way of like hiding your IP address and stuff. It stands for Virtual Private Network. No, VPN is perfectly legal. There's nothing wrong with VPN. In fact, if you put VPN on your phone, right, you can go to like a public internet, yeah, like an internet cafe with open free Wi-Fi, and happily use your email and stuff, and it's all secure because you're going into your secure VPN. So your traffic's encrypted on the open network that you're on. Yeah, strictly speaking, VPNing is a violation of your license. However, it's kind of impossible to prove. It's very hard for them to prove it. And since you're already paying for your subscription anyway, Netflix don't care because you're still paying your monthly fee. You know, it's just the movie makers who are trying to block you from watching it, not Netflix. They're just telling Netflix what to do. They're saying, here's our content, people outside of the US can't watch it. Blazing Puppies, welcome back, Connor. So if I was to use the song in a video, for example, and it comes as a claim, would that block only the one video or the whole channel of videos? It literally depends, Connor, on what they do with Article 13. Article 13 has not been set in stone yet, so we don't know the details. Yeah, exactly, Astronity. That's what. This is my point. Is like they're blocking access on your network at college, and if you VPN, they can't stop you. They just cannot stop you from doing it. Thank you, Noah. At what subscriber count did you start to gain traction? I got a boost between about 2.5 to 6.5 by Sergeant Enigma. That took me up to about 6, then it started to progress up to 10, then it slowly started to climb to 30 and 40. Around about 35, 40.
Now that the field's been expanded.
Around about 35, 40, I think,
Indeed.
was when Eurotruck got launched on Steam, and that just catapulted me up to like 100. I was covering a game that suddenly got released on Steam and became popular. So they all went to YouTube looking for Eurotruck videos, and mine were already there. That's what I mean about having a bit of luck, but also a bit of foresight, as it were. Right,
Where's
that's
soy
done.
bean? Where's the best place to sell soy? Restaurant, I would say.
Right, does somebody else want to combine the next field? Well, we all appear to be standing around on our cars.
Well, we just, you know, let Jack have a go or let Mick have a go.
I've done a bunch of harvesting already.
We've
so
already
you
had
guys can
John
help.
Deere's.
I'm going to go and sell this.
When you say save for a John
Okay.
Deere, I'm not really sure what you mean.
If I can find the restaurant.
I'll just wait for you to return with a trailer then.
Yeah, I found it. It's just up the road.
In jail, the EU can do whatever it wants, like with Amazon and YouTube. Just because they've got money. Like, the EU make policies for the countries that are in the E EU. I remember that needs more seed in it. Comes out at midnight, Central European time on Monday night.
Basically 170 grand.
They say they have too much power. I don't know. I'm just saying that in terms of arguing with YouTube and Amazon, the EU has collectively a lot more power
Nice.
to say what happens in their countries than
Yeah.
Amazon and Twitch can affect. Amazon and YouTube.
We made 18 out of that field of soybean.
How much? 18 grand.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
We're up to 170.
What do we want to sow back onto 18 then?
Soybean still fairly good price. It's not been completely degraded yet. Canola's coming up again.
1,500 for soybean. Canola's come back up to 1,100.
Yeah. What's that? Milk is around 1,000. I think that's milk. And eggs is quite a high one. 2,200 for eggs.
170k you have in your overall bank account so that you
What,
have much
for
for each,
an
or is that
egg?
just the sum of what your farm?
Not a specific singular
Collective pot
egg,
for the
but
farm.
I guess a pallet of eggs, however you collect.
If you click on this, these are the farms that you have.
2,500 at the ranch.
This is how much
for
cash
eggs.
we have.
What do the chickens take? Like, do they take a lot?
The chicken feeder, I guess. The one that we had a barrel that we got 2 boxes of outside the shop.
It's only 20 grand for a small chicken coop.
Yeah, you probably just need to get food and water, but the problem is, where do we put it?
Depends how big it is.
I don't know how big it is exactly.
It fits into this like this end bit on the end of this field, this where it's grown. It's that kind of size.
Farm hut.
I mean, I can place it like within the bounds of this field somewhere, but you know that takes away some field space.
PRB?
What, 18? Will it fit on 18?
Yeah. Could put about 5 down in 18.
Okay, so
I just don't really want to
before
take up
that
crop
conversation
space,
starts going political, there's no politics in chat. So we're not going to have a discussion about the EU and the US. Flaps 18 apple stand. What? Okay, Jack, will that thing fit onto field 18?
Yeah, it will fit on the field, but it will take up crop space.
On the field? Can't put it on the field?
I mean, like this patch of grass that is at the end of the field, it will fit within the boundaries of this, but I can't place it because like the bushes and stuff are in the way. I'm wondering if that roller will roll over the bushes and get rid of them.
The problem is that even if it did get rid of them, that land is a little bit sloped. I don't know if it will place it on that. How wide is it, would you say? Like, compared to that patch of grass there where you are?
Well, it fits on the patch of grass just about. Like from that round storage thing to the road, and then from the end of the field to the road the other side, it fits within that. So it's big, but not massive.
Well, you could try it. How much is it to rent the roller?
I'll have a look. I remember what it comes under. It's 1,300 to rent the roller.
$1,300.
Yeah.
Well, all I can suggest is rent it and see if it actually gets rid of the bushes.
Yeah, I guess it's worth it. Try at least. We've got a bit of pocket money now, so it's not the end of the world.
Let's do canola.
Do we have a tractor spare there? Oh, I'm still on one.
When you place the pen down, it will delete the bushes. Apparently when you place the pen down, it will delete the bushes. I don't know if that helps. If that's the case, it can't be the bushes blocking it.
Might be the ground state, like where it's sloped then.
I don't think we can remove the round thing. It's the slope that's preventing you, apparently. I think it's the only other recourse is to buy land, but I don't think we have enough money to buy land yet.
I think there's one that's cheap enough, but it will literally take everything.
Yeah, field 21 is buyable, but I don't know if it's got enough good land to use.
We probably have to take up most of the actual field space.
Yeah. $386. Everything's so expensive.
But I think that the chickens could be a good start into enterprising out of it.
They could indeed. Like 22, but 280 grand. I don't know if you get profit from the restaurant. I'm going to assume not. So we could buy this. Gives that bit and that bit. Well, it's just... It's rubbish because the bit of land at the back is actually on a massive slope.
Yeah, this isn't doing anything to these bushes.
Right.
So that answers that question. It is getting rid of the long grass, though. Actually, we could probably mow this grass.
Well, we could. Would that mow the bush as well?
Not a clue. It's all a bit of trial and error at this point, I think.
It is.
I'll
Christmas shopping,
return
Connor.
this.
It's not even December. Let's see. Lower implement. Lower the... Raise and lower. Attach, detach.
How do you return an item to the shop?
Interesting, okay. So if we do that, then we do that.
Or do you have to just drive it back there?
Wow, this thing seems to struggle. Don't think this John Deere's got enough power. Let's swap tractor jack because I need more power.
Yep.
Can't.
How much was that patch of land for 21?
21 was 140 something, but like
Right.
the only usable space on it is the field. I think if we run a couple more harvests, we'll have nearly 200 maybe with a contract as well.
Yeah.
You going any faster, Mick?
8 mile an hour.
Instead of
5.
I'm starting to get used to this. I have to keep checking up certain buttons, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. Yes, it is super awesome. It's the new Farm Sim game that comes out on Tuesday. Come on. Oh, it's a bit bumpy. You thought I said it's super awesome. No, his name's Super Awesome Redhead. Or Super Awesome Redhead 92. Could be a he, could be a she, I don't know. Unless the name is obvious, I tend to play the numbers game. Which is like, it's more likely to be a man than a woman.